85 is here, and once again we're gonna go through quickly 5 different releases. We'll start with a Finnish band called Apocryfal. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, because it's not basically written in the way it's supposed to do. Well, this one is called Crushing Black Death, and it's a full-length album by this Finnish band. Labeled as blackened death metal, I think it's quite accurate, given that this band actually is doing, well, death metal, but in a very, very darkened manner, blackened if you will. Here it is, once again, with the inlay. Nice looking digipack with kind of a glossy cover and all that stuff. Now, clearly some of the riffs by Apocryfal are rather black metal oriented. That is to say, they're not your typical death metal riffs, but they still kind of have this death metal feeling, mainly because of the really deep, growly death metal vocals, which are, in my opinion, among the best of the genre. That is a lot to say about the band that is basically virtually unknown to any bigger scene members. However, this time they have done a pretty interesting hybrid crossover thing. Previously, when I was listening to the band and a couple of demos a few years ago, their stuff was more kind of a traditional death metal. Now it's so dark and heavy, it's kind of hard to actually draw the line between death metal and black metal, but still, this band maintains the kind of a best of the both worlds. That is, theoretically speaking. I mean, the thing here is, while the band is very heavy and they have this really deep and growly heavy metal vocals, heavy death metal vocals, the thing is some of the riffs are actually more black metal inclined, and as such it creates this weird hybrid. Now, some of the riffs are actually good, but some of them don't really fit this kind of a production, and I'm inclined to say that nice try, but no cigar. The band clearly has some issues to putting it all together. Kind of nice. I mean, the atmosphere is just great, and the vocals as well, and the production is good, but some of those riffs just don't make too much of sense in this context. It is as if these two subgenres are forced together, and it's not gonna work. So, nice try, but still looking forward to more honed, more polished Apocryfal. Next, we go to Argentina. This one is called Bastardös. Also, the album is called Bastardös. This was released 2017, and even back then, this was a reissue of 2015 release. But I think this band kind of deserves its second chance, given that this album is just plain old school thrash metal, the way it was kind of meant to be, fast, aggressive, and in your face. Now, the downside is that there's not much diversity with this album. It's just pounding your face with similar kind of a crown beating, pounding, whatever you want to call it, and it kind of gets very repetitive. Nice production and pretty decent vocals too. This is for old school thrash metal fanatics. I think if you are one of those, you should be checking out. Just don't expect too much. This is rather nice release, but still missing something. Then we go to Quebec, Canada, with a band called Hak-Ed. I don't know, or Hak-Ed actually. I don't know why the band has such a weird name, nor do I would actually mention this among other Quebec black metal bands, because this is very much different. If you know any Quebec black metal bands, the Metal Noir Québécois, it's usually very much more melodic, very atmospheric, and kind of a beautiful, yet sometimes could be very, very melancholic. But this is of different breed. This doesn't really sound like French-Canadian output in a black metal sense. More or less, this is the kind of a Canadian equivalent to Marduk. Fast-paced, black metal, very violent, very aggressive, very much in your face, and it's all about World War II. Not supposed to be a political band, but more just telling you the grim facts of World War II from Canadian perspective. I don't know if it makes that much of a sense, since Canada wasn't really fighting the war, at least in big numbers in Europe, but anyway, who can deny that thing from them? Now, it's an interesting take, but it's not even close to what Marduk and the like are doing. Very fast tempo and kind of good, but still missing something. So much like Apocryfal, nice attempt, but no cigar. So what's next? Our next stop takes us to the demo sector. This one is a band called Surman, which translates literally mouth of death. The demo is called Kunnallisteurastamo, which is something like a municipal slaughterhouse. This is a CDR version. As you can see, there's this handwritten text here, and then this kind of a printed text. Sorry for the reflections, by the way. It seems like the spring sun is finally coming here and ruining my moments. Here is nothing inside, so as you can see, this is just plain old, let's print it on a computer and then some kind of a release. Now, I think the only official release of this one is in digital format, so this kind of explains the band probably wanted to make me a physical copy because I'm so picky about it. So, this stuff is not the most original old school death metal band out there, but nevertheless it kind of gives you a indication what this band is all about. Quite simply put, it's not very innovative, it's not something new, but it just crushes all the way with some basic death metal riffs. Something that you probably heard a million times since 1990s. What it is in terms of production and growly vocal is pretty basic demo stuff. Not exactly right there, but gives you a kind of a feeling and indication what this band could be about in a few years anyway. Maybe not worth blind buying, well, rarely things are, but still, I guess, worth a listen. Not bad as such. And with demos, or at least very much self-financed releases, we go with this next piece of release, which is, as you can see, kind of a blank tape. This is also from Finland. This is called Disembody. Used to go under moniker of Disincarnate. Founded in 2019. I don't know why the band shifted or changed their name so quickly. But anyway, this is 5 tracks. It's also on Bandcamp with, by the way, colored cover. And then as this tape. I don't know if there are any other release formats out there. Probably not, because once again, self-financed release. Officially, I guess this is called EP, not a demo, but we'll just call it demo here because, well, there is no label behind it. And this is old school black thrash. Once again, not the most original in style, but this is very much to the core. If you think bands such as Disaster and the like, Disaster from Germany that is, you pretty much know what to expect. This is picking the pieces from not death metal, but black metal and thrash metal and binding them together. So kind of an old school feeling. And man, I like the kind of a aggressive output that combined with some guitar leads and even some memorable riffs, I guess. Not exactly worth of the great things and signs, but still kind of a very promising band, considering that this is their first release and the band hasn't been there for more than a year or so. So at least Disembody should be checked out. And that pretty much is what we have here on Indie5. Be sure to check out those links and figure out if the music is actually your cup of tea. That's all I can say to you. These are just pointers to you find new music. Thank you for watching. See you soon with more Rauta stuff coming your way.